Hello and welcome to the Clarence and Tom Show, where today we'll be reviewing Richard Curtis's soul-destroying and painful film About Time, starring Domhnall Gleeson as a man who wastes his superhero powers by trying to be more romantic. So Clarence, what did you think of About Time?
Well, personally, Tom, I thought it was a pile of overly sentimental shite that left you feeling really depressed after watching it.
Why did you find it so depressing?
The plot, Tom. It tried so hard to connect with you on an emotional level, but it was a forced connection that you never really wanted.
That sounds a little bit like rape.
Yes, Tom. This film raped me. I went in expecting a no-obligation peck on the cheek, but ended up being held down with a knife to my throat, then repeatedly sodomized against my will.
Hang on, Clarence. That's a bit strong. How exactly did the film rape you?
Have you ever been out with a girl who on the first date opens up her life to you, telling you everything about herself, her innermost thoughts, hopes, dreams and desires, what she wants from life, what she likes, dislikes, what names she wants for her children, what she wants a wedding to be like, where she grew up as a child, what her worst habits are, and what she's doing as a coping strategy for her latest illness?
Yes. A long time ago.
Did she also then insist you spend the night with her, then the next day, and the day after that, texting you constantly and asking you when you'd like to move in, despite the fact that you'd hardly even know her and she's kind of annoying?
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
Drained. So very drained.
How would it make you feel if she then rammed a dildo up your ass and made you say thank you for the privilege?
I'd feel a little violated, Clarence.
Because that's exactly what this film does to you, Tom. You go into it thinking it's a straightforward sci-fi movie like Quantum Leap, but before you realise what's happening, it rams a notebook so far down your throat, you end up shitting beaches for a week.
I love beaches, I love the Notebook, I love Quantum Leap. What's wrong with merging those things together?
Tom, have you ever eaten roast beef smothered in chocolate?
No, but I could give it a try.
What about roast beef smothered in raw sherbet?
Ugh, now that's going too far.
And that's exactly my point, Tom. There's no harm in having a little schmaltz in sci-fi, providing it doesn't smother the genre. In this film, the sci-fi elements are literally swimming in a goo of sentimentality.
Ah, I see. So on the subject of writing, what did you think about the script?
It was typical Richard Curtis, Tom. The lead character is a posh blabbering fool who constantly gets embarrassed when he says or does something that's even slightly politically incorrect. The supporting characters all seem to have some sort of mental illness that's supposed to make them endearing, and the love interest is totally wet. But not in a good way.
Isn't the love interest played by Rachel McAdams, who also starred in The Time Traveller's Wife, a very similar movie?
Yes, Tom, but in this film she's not half as likeable. And it's also slightly odd that a woman who is obviously in her 30s would fall in love with a 21-year-old who isn't particularly attractive or charismatic.
But that kind of thing happens all the time these days. It's called cougarism.
It's called weird, Tom.
So Clarence, how many stars would you give About Time?
Tom, I'd give this film 1.5 out of 5. The writing is inconsistent and wet, the plot is dreary and depressing, and none of the characters have any discernible traits that audiences can honestly identify with. The pacing is also meanderingly slow, with little or no excitement either in terms of action or tension, and totally wastes any and all opportunities afforded by its premise. Which is pretty important considering it's a sci-fi film.
So there we have it. Join us next time on the Clarence and Tom Show for more movie-related banter, celebrity gossip, and me giving him a non-alien anal probe. We don't say goodbye in the Clarence and Tom Show, we say good journey.